Hey everyone, this is Rob Reed, and I'm going to give you my review for AEW Double or Nothing. First off, I'm going to just go out and say this is one of the best shows I've seen in years. Scratch maybe uh, NXT takeovers. Definitely easily within the last 5 years, I would say it tops most any uh, main roster WWE show. Uh, NXT takeovers are probably the only thing that I've seen that are have done shows at or above level of this show. Uh, in ring, uh, I'm going to say story wise, the only thing NXT has done quite as well in a particular one story within one match. The only thing I've seen NXT do is probably the Gargano uh, Champa story, but I think one match coming up that I'll get to in particular trumps just about anything else. Uh, but here we'll get into the show. We'll start with the pre-show, the buy-in. I will admit I only saw some bits and pieces on this. Uh, I had to go back and forth, and I missed a couple things. I caught the endings to both matches, but I kind of missed some things here and there, so I don't have the perfect review for these. So I apologize there. I'll also apologize for being kind of quiet. My son is in the other room and he's sleeping. I don't want to wake him up. So with the buy-in, we start the show. I thought this was going to be the end of the buy-in, but we start with the 21-man over the top rope battle royale. I did not see a whole lot of this. I did see specific things. Uh, I didn't quite see all the entrances. I did see Hangman Page enter at 21, and actually there was a surprise number 22 entrant, and I hate to say it, Orange Cassidy. Orange Cassidy was number 22. Uh, I thought this was what I saw. This was actually a really good battle royal. There was some really good. Joey Janela took one of the most hellacious uh, eliminations I've ever seen. He took a choke slam from Luchasaurus outside through a table, and it looked like he went through head first. It was it was quite a sight to see. Um, but eventually, uh, Hangman Page did eventually win this, as I predicted in my predictions. Hangman Page, he first threw out Luchasaurus. We thought he won, but MJF was uh, sneaking under the ring, came back out, tried to throw him out from behind, but Hangman caught on, hit him with the buckshot lariat, and then threw out MJF. I am going to say this right now. MJF is my favorite heel in wrestling. This is the first time I really, besides being the elite, this is the first time I've really got to see him. And he is my favorite heel, bar none. Best heel promo in the business, I would say. Uh, he he is straight up old school heat seeker heel. Uh, One, he has that face that makes you want to punch him, which does work for him. But his promo work and just the subtle things he was doing throughout the battle royal that I caught. Uh, one of the wrestlers had his legs were cut off above the knee, and MJF proceeded to kick him in the corner and go, "You got no legs, Lieutenant Dan," and that popped me. That was that was legit heat. uh, and later on, he had a really good promo we'll get into. But overall, this was a decent battle royal with Hangman going over, which sets up with what I thought would eventually happen later on, but we'll get into it. Next, we had the match between Kip Sabian and Sammy Guevara. I didn't really catch a lot of this. I caught a few things. What I saw, this was really good, really athletic. I saw they kind of did the Cedric Alexander suplex to the outside, and then caught and then all the way to the outside, landed, caught, and ended a suplex. I don't remember which one pulled it off. Sorry, but I did see Sammy Guevara had a really cool shooting star off the apron onto a draped Kip Sabian, who was draped over the railing. That was a really cool spot. The ending, Guevara went for a 630 and missed, and then Kip Sabian hit the Deathly Hollows, picked up the 1-2-3. I am 1-0, or 1-1, because I picked Guevara on that one, and Kip Sabian picked up the win. Now we go into the main show, which we started out with SoCal Uncensored and taking on Strong Hearts. This was fantastic. This is where I really got to see the entire show. This was a fantastic match. Bar none, great match. A lot of high flying, but not just high flying. There was some really cool stuff here. I believe it was El Lindemann hit. I think he was the more of the stocky guy. He had some cool flip stuff, but he was more of a judo guy, and he hit some of the best German suplexes I've seen in a while. Like, they were like really good. But this was a good match. I don't remember too much from T-Hawk. Sorry. Shima was amazing. He's lauded as one of the best in the world, and he kind of proved that. He was really good in this match. You can tell him and Christopher Daniels have a long history together. They had a lot of cool stuff together. But the end came with Kazarian and Daniels hitting the best Meltzer ever. Moonsault into Tombstone for the win. So now I'm 1-2 because I thought the Strong Hearts were going to go over, but SoCal Uncensored did, which I'm not going to complain. I love SoCal Uncensored. Next we have had Best Friends taking on Angelico and Jack Evans. This was a really good tag match. I would say probably one of the weaker matches of the show, but still really good, really athletic. I think it might have went on longer than it probably should have. I would have had them be a little bit shorter of a match. There were a lot of kickouts that I think probably didn't need to be there. Too many near falls, if you ask me. But eventually, Best Friends went over with a double team Dude Buster, which now I'm 1-3 because I picked Angelico and Jack Evans. And then after the match, the lights went out, and I had never heard of these guys, but apparently on the Indies they're known as the Super Smash Brothers. Came in with like a horde of masked guys, and I'm guessing they're going to be called something different. Here they kind of come off as a creepy group, and they all attacked all four guys in the ring, and then the lights went back out again. I don't think too many people in the crowd knew who they were either. Didn't, but if you're starting a new company, you have to come up with new things. You have to have new characters, new feuds, and I think this was them introducing. They did do a really cool move where one of the guys was on the top rope, the other had him, and a almost reverse outsider's edge. Like instead of on holding shoulders where they'd fall back first, they would go face first, and the other guy hit a cutter out of it. I thought that was a really cool spot. And then the minions became like a human throne, which I thought was a cool visual. Then we went into the 6-woman tag match. Again, hope I get these names right. Hikaru Shida, Riho, and Ryo Mizunami, and they took on Aja Kong, Yuka Sakazaki, and Emi Sakura. I honestly thought Aja Kong's team was going to win here, but I'm going to say this was a fantastic match. I've fallen in love with Yuka Sakazaki's music, by the way. That is the most Japanese song I've ever heard. It's absolute anime inspired, and it's amazing. But the I can't give this match enough justice for what they put in. They did have one botch, but it wasn't any of the wrestlers at all. The timekeeper messed up near the end. In the ring they hit, it was obviously 2 count, but the timekeeper rang the bell before the 3, and the crowd gave him quite a lot of shit for that. But at the end, Shida hit almost a Kinshasa on Sakura to pick up the win. Now I'm 1-4 because I picked Aja Kong's team. So, but yeah, I would go out of my way to go watch that match if you haven't seen it. I thought it was really good. Then we had my pick of match of the night, Cody versus Dustin. This was far and away to me, maybe not athletic-wise, but to me, storytelling and what they did in this match, this was my match of the night. This was the most emotional match I've seen probably since Shawn Michaels and Ric Flair at WrestleMania. What they did in this match was beautiful and horrifying at the same time. About mid-match, Dustin, they did a spot where Dustin went face first into a uncovered turnbuckle. So he ended up bloody, and he must have really hit something on when he bladed, because he was absolutely pouring blood through this match. It almost looked Eddie Guerrero level from his match with uh, JBL, it was almost that level of bloody. Uh, this was easily both guys' best match I've ever seen from either guy, from either Cody or Dustin. Uh, Move wise too, not just storytelling. Move wise, they were doing stuff I've never seen either of them do. Dustin hit a code red that I never thought a guy in his 50s would be pulling off. Though after seeing Ricky Morton pull off a Canadian destroyer, I shouldn't count anybody out from doing great stuff. But this was words don't give enough justice for this match. And then the post match, Cody, after he did pick up the win with the Crossroads after a vertebraker, and Dustin was going to take off his boots like he was about to retire, and Cody ran into the ring, and Dustin went to the corner like he thought Cody was going to attack him, and Dustin or Cody says, "You're not. I'm not going to let you. You're not allowed to retire here." He said, "I've already marked down a match. It's a tag match between me and a partner of my choosing, taking on the Young Bucks. And I'm telling you now, I don't need a tag team partner. I don't need a friend. I need my older brother." As a guy who is a younger brother, that got me. That, you see, it gets me now. That was the most emotional moment I've seen in wrestling in a very, very long time. That hit me hard. That was the best moment easily of the night. And that goes beyond the biggest surprises. I just realized I missed a match on this show. And I do apologize. We'll hit that now. Earlier on, we had the what we thought was going to be the triple threat between Britt Baker, Nyla Rose, and Kylie Ray. But then Brandy Rhodes comes out, and it looks like she's wearing wrestling attire. Looks like she's going to put herself in the match, but she says no. I wasn't lying when I thought each of you were able to win this match. She said, and I think this could be a great match, but I want it to be an awesome match. And she brought out Awesome Kong, which I popped hard for. I've been an Awesome Kong fan since TNA, through her short run as Karma. And I loved her on Glow. But I was so glad to see her back and see her on this. This was a really good match. I think Kong stole the show for the most part. Her and Britt Baker were the two stars of this match. Kylie Ray was really good too. But I think Kong was there to set up more of something with her and Nyla Rose. They really put them two as the ones to be the two brutes going after each other, and they did. And they ended up taking each other out of the match, which went into Britt Baker and Kylie Ray facing, and Britt Baker won with a move. I don't know where she got it from, but she hit a brain buster onto the knee. I don't know where she got that from, but yeah. But yeah, she picks up the win. Now I am now 2-5. So I did pick Cody to win uh, his match. Uh, and I picked Nyla here because I did not know uh, Kong was going to be in this. But Britt Baker picks up the win here. Then we have the match for the AAA Tag Team Championships between the Young Bucks and the Lucha Brothers. This was fantastic. Uh, Besides what I think Cody and Dustin being the best match, this was the other best match. This was everything you expect from the Young Bucks and the Lucha Brothers. I don't know how Ray Phoenix does some of the stuff he does. Uh, he does things off the top rope. I don't even think I've seen Ricochet do. I don't know how he does it. He did a move where he was holding on to Matt Jackson. Nick was on the straddled on crouched on the rope. He jumped off of the other side of the rope on the looked like on the mat, hit Nick with a Hurricane Rana, and then hit a cutter on the mat. And that was like the most insane thing I've ever seen. I don't even know how if I explain that move right. Like, that was absolutely insane. We saw him do a double Canadian Destroyer. He hit one off the onto the apron on one of the Young Bucks, and then springboarded into the ring and hit another one onto the other one. Again, who does that? But then the Young Bucks kind of got their bearings back. They did end up winning with the Meltzer driver. I can't take anything away from the Young Bucks. They're the best tag team. They did everything you expect the Young Bucks to do. They win with the Meltzer driver. Now I am 2-6 because I picked the Lucha Brothers. I'm great at picking, guys. I swear. I swear I'm good at my picks. But then we go into the main event, which was Chris Jericho taking on Kenny Omega. This was a really good match. Not the best match. Not from what I've seen, not as good as their match with their match at in New Japan. But overall, this was really good. Some of the stuff Kenny Omega does, the rumors are true. He is that good. I haven't really seen as much as a lot of people have from New Japan. I haven't caught up on as much New Japan as others. But he is what people say he is. He is the best wrestler besides AJ Styles. He is the best wrestler. And you can't take anything from Jericho. He is one of the best ever. He actually did do some stuff I've never seen Jericho do before. Jericho hit a lot of suplexes and stuff that I had seen in a long time. He pulled off lion tamer, which I have, an actual lion tamer, which I haven't seen in a long time. Uh, I did love his entrance, uh, harkening back to his old gimmicks. Uh, uh, he Jericho did end up winning with his new finisher, his spinning elbow. I don't know how good it looks to me, uh, but it is a legit MMA move that I have seen people get knocked out with. So maybe eventually they, but at least he did hit it after hitting a succession uh, after hitting the code breaker. So I to me it was more of a finish off from that. So I'm not going to complain on that. And now I'm 3-6. So I did pick Chris Jericho, which I did expect the title match between Hangman Page and Chris Jericho. Uh, I expect that to be really good. Uh, but overall, this was a fantastic show. Uh, but post match was the big moment. Uh, before the main event, we did have Bret Hart of all people come down and unveil the AEW title, which I think it looks really good. Probably not the best title I've seen, but kind of reminded me a little bit of almost a combination of the Ring of Honor title and the like big title TNA title they had in like 2010ish. Uh, Kind of that big belt, almost a big gold belt feel, but it was a more segmented. Had kind of a plate in the middle and two side plates on each side. Uh, it looks like a title after the reveal of the 24/7 title. I think people are gonna be absolutely fine with this one, and it looks like a title people would actually want to wear. Uh, but here's where MJF had probably his best promo. Uh, he came out a while before they unveiled the title, and uh, while Brett was in the ring, he said, "Watch out, Brett! There's a fan. Here comes a fan," and that got everybody pissed. But it actually got Brett, because Brett kind of, you could see Brett kind of snickering on that one. You could see even he thought that one was funny. So uh, I expect to see that one on Botchamania. Here come Sin for the Man. Uh, that was MJF is going to be a gigantic star. Uh, he's going to be a huge success. He is every bit of the superstar heel that has always done well in wrestling. He is the Miz on another level. He is the Miz. I think if they would let the Miz cut his own promos, kind of like when he cut his promo on Talking Smack years back, that level. I think MJF is going to be a huge star. But now to go on after the main event, Jericho got on the mic and cut a promo talking about you shouldn't be booing me. I said that I'd beat Kenny Omega, and I did, maybe by the skin of my teeth, but I beat him, which I do like. That it is going back to kind of that old school style of, even though they're loudmouths, they are the heels are still putting over the faces as legit legit wrestlers, and the faces are putting the heels over as legit wrestlers who could win. So I like that. It's something that Roddy Piper used to be really big on, and I do like that. But Jericho, after saying that, was like, uh, "I deserve a thank you, and I demand a thank you." And out from the crowd comes John Moxley. Something I was expecting all along, uh, but the crowd absolutely went crazy. Loudest pop, well beyond what you hear on WWE lately. Uh, Unless you're saying like Stone Cold shows up or something. This is a this was a monumental pop. He hit a dirty deeds on Jericho, hit one on the referee, goes to hit one on Kenny Omega, who's still selling the effects of Jericho's new finisher, which I do like. Putting over a new finisher, I like that. But went to put on a hit dirty deeds on Omega. Omega pushes him, shoves him all the way out to the ring. They start brawling through the crowd. They go up on the stage. There's kind of a stage setup of giant poker chips. They climb up on those, and eventually Moxley hits the dirty deeds onto the poker chips, and then looked like a lot like an AA off the poker chips through the stage to finish out the show. And what better way to finish out a great pay-per-view than setting up a match between Moxley and Omega? That's going to be huge. I think AEW went above and beyond what they needed to do to get what they needed. They're legit. They are 100% legit. I'm not going to go here and say WWE is going out of business. I think any fan who says that is not a wrestling fan. You're not a wrestling fan if you want any other wrestling company to go out of business. We want wrestling to succeed. We want wrestling to we want it to flourish. That's what we want in wrestling. Is everything to be good. We want WWE to be better. That's what we wanted AEW. That's what AEW is there for. Is to give WWE kick in the pants that they need to stop with the homogenized blandness that we see on Raw and SmackDown. We see that NXT can put on great shows. We know it's not that they don't have the talent. They obviously do. But there's just something in their production, whether it's Vince or what, there's something that they're stuck in a bland hole. And I'm hoping that after a Double or Nothing was, I truly hope it was a huge success financially. I know it is critically. I'm hoping that this really does ignite a spark in wrestling again. It's something wrestling fans have been wanting for so long. I don't think there should be I know it was fun in the '90s to pick one or the other, WCW or WWE. I bought into that as a kid. I was actually a WCW kid back in the day, but once WCW closed, it really did prove that there really was a void And it didn't matter what company for the longest time open came along, like nobody cared anymore. And I really do feel like it feels like people are starting to care again about wrestling. And I'm hoping that's what happens going forward. Uh, I've rambled on. Thank you for watching. I'll end this video now. Uh, Thank you for watching. Uh, Leave a comment down below. Subscribe. Thumbs up. Thank you.